Good morning, and today's Tuesday. Today's math lesson is going to be how we can subtract numbers within a word problem. So yesterday we were working on adding numbers within a word problem. So today we're going to go ahead and build off of that, and we're going to now move into our subtraction pieces. All right, again, just like we did yesterday, before we get into a word problem, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some review problems. All right, so if we start off with the number 9,506 and subtract 4,335. Again, we're going to go ahead and start with our ones place. First question you need to ask yourself, do we have enough to take 5 away from 6? Yes, 5 does. Take 5. We do have enough to take 5 away from 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. Can we take 3 away from 0? No. So if you don't have enough, what do? You go next door and borrow some more. Do we have enough to take? It's a 5, so yes, we can definitely take 1 away from 5. If we take 1 away from 5, that 5 becomes a 4. And we're taking one group of 10 and going ahead and put it in our tens place. So 10 plus 0 is 10. Now do we have enough to take 3 away from 10? Yes. 10 minus 3 is 7. Can we take 3 away from 4? Yes. 4 minus 3 is 1. Can we subtract 9 minus 4? Yes. 9 minus 4 is 5. Don't forget that comma. All right. When you are checking your subtraction problem, you want to make sure that what you're going to do in order to check your subtraction work is you're going to actually add your bottom row with your answer. 5 plus 1 is 6. True. 3 plus 7 is 10. True. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. True. And if all of those statements are true, then your answer is correct. Remember, when you're adding these two numbers, it should be the very topmost number, okay? So good job. All right, we're going to try one more review subtraction problem. 21,387 minus 14,536. All right, again, starting with our ones place. 7 minus 6 is 1. 8 minus 3 is 5. 3 minus 5 is, I don't know, I can't take 5 away from 3 because 5 is greater than 3. So what do we do if we can't take away? Go next door and borrow some more. Can I borrow from 1? Yeah. So this 1 is going to become a 0. I'm taking one group of 10, taking to my previous place, and that 3 plus 10 would become a 13. Can I take 5 away from 13 now? Yes, 13 minus 5 is 8. 0 minus 4. Can I do that? No. 4 is greater than 0. I can't take 4 away from 0, so what do? I go next door and borrow some more. This 2 becomes a 1. Taking one group of 10, that 0 becomes a 10. Now, can I take 4 away from 10? Yes. 10 minus 4 is 6. 1 minus 1 is 0, but I'm not going to write that down. Okay. After every 3 numbers, I'm going to go ahead and put my comma in there. All right, so checking your work. Do you guys remember how to do that? You're adding the last 2 rows. 6 plus 1 is 7. True. 3 plus 5 is 8. True. 5 plus 8 is 13. True. 4 plus 6 is 10, true. And 1 plus 0 is 1. Good. So that is how you check your work. Take your time with subtraction. I know there was a lot of regrouping, so please make sure that when you have a problem such as this, you take your time, you check your work, and you believe in your skills because you got them. Okay? We're going to do a quick pause so I can go ahead and write the next problem down. All right, so this problem might look a little familiar. Yesterday we worked on how we added up numbers in a word problem. Okay, again, reminder that a word problem could look like a lot of different things. It could be a couple of different sentences in a paragraph. It could also take the place of in a table, graph, or chart form. Okay, so when we have this information, and we talked about yesterday how we would add these four numbers up to get our total, today we have a different word problem, now focusing again on subtraction. Using that same information from Lake Duluth, Sunnycrest, Camelot, Rainier View, and their attendance, or the number of students enrolled. Again, these are just made up numbers and a made up question. Okay. The school district has 2,100 lunches to serve K-5 students, kindergarten through 5th grade, at these four schools. Is that enough? So the question is asking us what? What do we need to figure out? Like most word problems, it's a multi-step piece, okay? There are a couple different things that we need to do in order to find our answer. Max agrees. Yes. Max, come over here and you can do the math and not look at people in Mark. Okay. All right. So what do we need to do first to figure out if there is enough for everybody to have a lunch? Okay. First, we need to figure out how many total students there are, right? So there's a little bit of addition that goes into this subtraction problem. So first thing we need to do is add up our total from all four students, all four schools, number of students, okay? So pretty much repeating what we did yesterday. So we're going to add 8 plus 6 is 14, 14 plus 7 is 21, plus 5 is 26. I'm writing it really small over here. I'll just transfer it. Okay, I want to save this space for my subtraction work. 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. 19 plus 2 is 21. 4 plus 6 is 10. I'm going to take a quick pause so I can see what's going on. Not sure where I left off, so I'm starting back in my hundreds place and adding 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. And 19 plus 2 is 21. More than 3 numbers, put my comma in there. Okay. Looks pretty familiar. 2,116. All right, so now that I know my total, which is 2,116, go back to the original question. What is it that I need to figure out? School district has 2,100 lunches to serve K-5 students at these four schools. So there are a total of 2,100 lunches that can be served for everybody here. Is that going to be enough? Is 2,100 lunches enough to give everybody here? So there are 2,100. I want to see which number is greater and make sure that number is on top because when we subtract, the greater number is on top. 2,116 or 2,100. You're looking at place values. They both have 4 digits, both in thousands place, both starting at 2. Both have a 1 in hundreds. And which one is greater, 0 or 1? So that would be this one. This number is greater, so I'm going to go ahead and put 2,100 underneath and then subtract. I need to know if that is enough. We have a total of 2,100, so it's less than the amount of kids that are at these four schools. So I know the question is that enough? So I could answer, no, it's not. But I want to know exactly how many more that they would need. So working the subtraction problem, just like we did previously, 6 minus 0 is 6. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, and that would also be a 0. So I'm not going to write those zeros down. So the school district has 2,100 lunches, but those 4 schools have 2,116 students. Is that going to be enough? 2,100 lunches is not going to be enough. They would need 16 more lunches to give everybody at those 4 schools a lunch. So in this particular word problem, how would I go ahead and answer this with an answer, complete with a label, and using my race strategy to answer my question in the answer? Again, lots of different ways to get to that answer. There's no one right answer. There's a lot of different ways to answer your question. So I would start out with the information that I do have, which is 2,100. 2,100 lunches would not be enough because you would still need 16 more lunches. Okay, I could definitely write a lot more here in detail, but for spacing, that's pretty much all I have room for. So 2,100 lunches would not be enough because you would still need 16 more lunches. So I see a lot of us, we would pretty much write it here. 2,100 lunches would not be enough. That does answer the question because the question is that enough? But extending, providing reasoning and evidence really does take it to the next level, okay? Especially when you're going above what the question is asking you to do. It's really good practice, really good 4th grade and 5th grade strategy to not only answer, but provide that evidence or even additional evidence, pieces of evidence, okay? So lots of different ways to answer this. This is just one way. All right, quick pause, next word problem. Alrighty, so again, looking at a more typical word problem question. Read the question, read it multiple times to make sure you're understanding what the question is asking you to do. Isabella baked 156 cookies. Rylan baked 210 cookies. Who baked more cookies and how many more cookies did he or she bake? If you can't tell already, I'm all about the cookies. All right, so a few different things are going on here and I want to bring up, okay? So I know that Isabella baked 156 cookies. I'm going to go ahead and start my tape diagram. In a second, I just want to tell you a little bit more about what I see in the word problem that I don't want you to miss, okay? Rylan baked 210 cookies. So there's 2 pieces of information that I'm going to need to use in my tape diagram. Question, who baked more cookies? And this word "and" sticks out to me a lot because it tells me I'm not only needing to answer this one question, but also this second half of the question also. The word "and" is a word that really comes up when I see it in a sentence. It really sticks out to me because it tells me I'm needing to do a little bit more, okay? Who baked more cookies? And how many more cookies did he or she bake? So a couple different things that I'm needing to find, not just who baked more, but I need to find the actual answer of how many more and showing some evidence of that. All right, so starting with our tape diagram, I'm going to go ahead and write Isabella's name. All right, Isabella, she made 156 cookies. Rylan made 210 cookies. So when I draw this tape diagram, is my 210 going to be the same size as my 156? No, because 210 is larger. It's a greater number than 156. Doesn't have to be enormously larger, just enough so that you can prove your point. Okay, so as I'm doing my work, I need to continue to go back and check my work in the word problem. Okay, Isabella baked 156 cookies. Rylan baked 210 cookies. Who baked more? Okay, I'm going to start with that. pause on that next piece there. Okay, so who baked more? So just looking at the numbers, I can quickly tell who did bake more. A second way that shows who bakes more, visually, my eyes go to the longer length right here. Rylan, he definitely made more cookies because 210 is a greater number than 156. Okay, I know what that first part of the answer is. Now, and how many more cookies did he or she bake? So what I'm trying to find is this. I'm trying to find out what this number is going to be. So in order for Isabella to have had made the same amount of cookies as Rylan, I need to know how many more she was missing. So this sets up our subtraction sentence now. So starting again when you're subtracting with the greatest number, which of these two numbers is the greatest? Yep, 210. And then which number do we have to put underneath? 156. All right. So setting up this subtraction problem tells us what this missing piece would be. How many more 210 is greater than 156? So setting that up, we're subtracting 210 minus 156. Can we take 6 away from 0? No, 6 is greater than 0. So what do? We go next door and borrow some more. Can we borrow from 1? Yeah, this 1 will become a 0. This 0 will become a 10. We're just taking one group of 10 when we borrow. That's it. Can we take 6 away from 10? Yes, 10 minus 6 is 4. Can we take 5 away from 0? No, 5 is greater than 0. So what do? We go next door and borrow some more. Can we borrow from 2? Yes, 2 becomes a 1. Take one group of 10, that 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 5, can we do it? Yes, 10 minus 5 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. I'm not going to put a 0 there. All right, so 210 minus 156 gives me 54. Am I going to leave it there? No. I want to check my work always because I want to make sure my work is correct. So in order to check my subtraction work, I'm going to add my 2 rows. 6 plus 4 is top number 10. True. 5 plus 5 is top number 10. True. 1 plus 0, or no value, nothing, is 1. True. So my subtraction work is done correctly. I've checked my work. I'm good. Am I done with my work when answering my word problem? No. Go back, please check your work. Look at the question. The question mark tells you what you need to do. What is the verb? What is your action? Who baked more cookies and how many more cookies did he or she bake? Excuse me. So I need to now using my racist strategies, I need to incorporate the question when I restate my answer. If you don't remember, just go back. Who baked more cookies? Rylan baked. I could say Rylan baked more cookies. He baked this many more cookies, or I can put those two ideas together. Rylan baked 54 more cookies than Isabella. Check your work. Rylan baked 54 more cookies than Isabella. Is that statement true? Can we support it with evidence? Multiple pieces of evidence? Yes. You've checked your work. All right. I want to pause one more time and give you your work that you're going to work on today after you finish watching this video, and you can upload your assignment there. All right, quick pause. All right, back from that brief pause. Today's assignment, again, is 2 questions. First question is standard algorithm subtraction problem. Subtract 710,468 minus 56,359. Make sure when you're working on that problem, you check your work and you check it by adding your last column, last row, and then your answer row to get to your very top number, okay? And number 2, Over the weekend, 108,325 total tickets were sold. On Saturday, 38,956 tickets were sold. How many people bought tickets on Sunday? Use a tape diagram to show the work. If you're having trouble figuring out the tape diagram, just go back into the video and remember what we did. And you guys are totally capable of rewatching the video and showing your work and showing it multiple ways, okay? I want you to make sure you do your work. Again, you can take a picture and send it and upload, or just send it as a Google document, and I will check your work as soon as it comes in, okay? Good luck. You guys got this. You guys are mathematicians like no one's business. Can't wait to see your work, and if you have questions, please ask for help, okay? Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.